Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
All right, time for our first guest of the day. And by the way, Donnie and Dolly is a presentation of Able Auctions. Check out ableauctions.ca for industrial equipment this month. A wood shop with late model. Okay, I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
A wood shop with late model BSE nesting point-to-point router. Kodak had one of those out last night. And Minimax 10-foot, I said it. Yeah. And Minimax 10-foot sliding panel saw. Or a metal shop with a sedan. Okay.
Oh, boy.
120-inch mechanical shear and 120-inch mechanical folder.
Yeah.
We also have sea containers, where that fits in, 3 60-foot rock sloughs, hydraulic attachments, dump trucks, flatbed trucks, and a whole lot more. For information on all these auctions and all that equipment, go to ableauctions.ca, ableauctions.ca. Canucks lose 5-2 to the Panthers there in Tampa Bay tomorrow. Jeff Paterson joins us now from Sekeres and Price, where they behave themselves. How are you, Jeff?
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. Ricky, I heard you talking about the sparks there. When the Canucks were down 2-0 6 minutes into the hockey game, they needed a spark.
Yeah, that's it. And Jeff falling behind 2-0 on the road to the best team in the NHL is just not a formula to win.
Jeff, go ahead, Jeff.
I'm not going to sit here and clobber the Canucks
over
the head
for
the
not
end result. Given their circumstances, you've touched on it, COVID and travel and the fact that they just haven't played a lot of hockey lately. Yeah, their effort was fine. But I think it underscores to me that fine isn't going to be good enough against the top teams in the National Hockey League. And so you heard Bruce Boudreau talk about correctable mistakes. They're going to have a practice today. They're going to have to be better because Tampa isn't going to let up. And then beyond that, it's Carolina and Washington and throw in Nashville. And then when they come home, it's Florida again. There is just, this stretch of the schedule is unrelenting. So, the effort was there. I'm not going to get too caught up in the 44 shots on goal, 17 of them come in the third period when it's a 5-1 hockey game. I just think my takeaway from last night was, given the challenges, the Canucks were all right. But all right's not going to get it done against the top teams in the NHL.
What do the Panthers show you, Jeff?
Well, they're so deep, Don. We know that Jonathan Huberdeau is one of the most underrated players in the NHL and yet one of the best players in the NHL. Barkov, that was a beautiful shorthanded goal. But those guys weren't all over the score sheet. Last night, it was Sam Reinhart. It was Aaron Ekblad. But then, they've got Anthony Duclair. He wasn't much of a factor last night. Carter Verhaeghe. Nobody talks about him. He's one of their leading scorers. The list goes on and on. They are so deep. And what I liked about the way that they played last night, and there's something the Canucks can take out of the Panthers' book, was look at the first 2 goals, traffic in front, a deflection on one of them, and then the power play goal as well. There's nothing Thatcher Demko can do there. Huberdeau with the shot. Again, it's Sam Reinhart standing his ground. I thought the Panthers did a terrific job of getting to the front of the net and causing problems for Demko. People can say, Demko had an off night. I'm not sure that's the case. He just didn't see those shots because the Panthers were in front of him. There wasn't a whole lot he could do there. So they're a deep team. They're a fast team. And that home record is insane. They're 19-3 now. So there's no shame for the Canucks not getting anything out of that arena because most teams that venture in there don't come away with much. And so at 19-3, it's impossible to argue with the home ice record and the way that they score. They're the highest scoring team on home ice, and you got a pretty good taste of that last night.
Pettersson, Pearson, Hoglander, Jeff, tough night, -8. Hoglander, team low 9 minutes, was -3 at the fourth goal by Florida. He lost his man on the boards. I wonder if that line's going to be together tomorrow in Tampa.
Yeah, I'm going to be curious too, Rick, to see what adjustments the Canucks make coming out of a loss like that. I was a little surprised that Bruce Boudreau didn't go back to Pearson, Miller, and Besser.
Yeah.
Besser obviously hadn't played since Christmas, but that game in San Jose before the Christmas break, that line was dominant. And Besser with a couple of goals, I would have thought that they would have picked up where they left off. I know that they had to play a couple of games without Besser, and they had some success. So Bruce Boudreau clearly saw something that he liked there, and I think he was trying to sort of balance out his top 9, and maybe that's why he had Pearson playing with Paterson, trying to give him a little bit of, some size and some heft in the wing there. Most nights you don't question Nils Höglander, The effort is generally there. I didn't like the effort though on the back check on the fourth goal, as you said. And yeah, a team low. In a third period that's essentially garbage time, and I would have thought at the start of a long trip that you would have just spread the ice time and kind of rolled four lines, and yet Höglander barely played. And so, maybe it was a result of that one play on the defensive side. Whatever the case, used to seeing him play a little bit more and used to seeing him playing a little bit better, but not going to single him out because there was plenty to go around. I just didn't think any of the Canucks top players last night, and lots of reasons for it, but they're just obviously there wasn't a bottom line. I mean, look at who scored the goals for them. You get another fourth line goal. That's great. Jason Dickinson, long overdue to score a goal, and quite frankly, need to see more of that from him over the second half of the season. But there haven't been many nights under Bruce Boudreau where those top end guys, particularly JT Miller, haven't found their way onto the score sheet, and that was the case last night. Just not a whole lot happening for any of the Canucks top performers.
Well, our poll question is about Pettersson, his struggles. Are they mental or physical? Jeff, what are you seeing? There was a lot of heat on him last night on Canucks Twitter. Where is this guy? $7 million player now, the whole 9 yards. Your thoughts?
I'm concerned. I am. And I see a lot of people saying he'll be fine. First of all, what does that mean? He'll be fine. He'll score a goal again at some point in his life. I don't know where the bar is in this market for Elias Pettersson. People want him to succeed. I understand that. Canucks fans are pulling for him, but just to say he'll be fine, when? And what does that look like? Because under Boudreau now, so many guys have responded. He's got 5 points in 10 games. He's a half a point a game guy, where I think a lot of people figured that this was the year that he should be close to a point a game player, and he's nowhere close to that. And quite frankly, with his struggles, I don't think he could get there, even if he just absolutely caught fire in the second half of this season. And guys, that play in the third period last night where Höglander dropped the puck off to him and then he just whiffed on his shot. He can't complete the simplest of tasks in the National Hockey League. This is a skilled performer. I thought that one play sort of summed up his season. So I am worried. I see nothing. I see no flashes from him of that player that he used to be. And so I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he is a guy, and we've seen this, where he has taken criticism and sort of challenged it, or channeled it, and challenged himself to be better. If that's what it takes, whatever. He has to improve. There's more there. I want to believe that there's more there, but I am concerned just because another night goes by. I kind of thought the pause might allow him to hit reset and maybe sort of focus on the things that haven't happened for him. He looked last night like the player that we have seen the 34 nights prior so far this season.
Yeah, he's still on pause. Help me out, Jeff. Did Olli Juolevi ever get 17 minutes of ice time with the Canucks?
No.
Well, he was on the ice for 17 minutes in the corner in Abbotsford at training camp, but that's a totally
there you
different
go.
Story.
Thank you.
Boom.
And Gustav Forsling as well. Rifled the one off the post
Crossbar,
there. I guess there's a part of me that's happy for Olli Juolevi if he can find a place to play on a good Florida team. He hasn't played very much. It's just his sixth game of the season. But yeah, the idea of him sort of getting a regular shift on a good hockey team, it certainly didn't seem like it was something that was going to happen as he played his way out of Vancouver. So we'll see if he remains one of the top six guys. That's such a deep Florida team that I think it's going to be a challenge for him to be an every night guy there for the Panthers. But it's a good landing spot because that is one heck of a hockey club, and something we haven't said about the Florida Panthers in 25 years?
Long time.
Yeah. Jeff, thanks for this. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.